morning.
Good in America. How are you?
How's
We
it?
are on the walk again.
We are. How's
On the-
everybody? How's everybody doing?
Everybody's doing good.
All
Got
right.
my cup of coffee. Gonna
Uh-huh.
walk the dog, the big monster, and then I'm ready for Dunkin' Donuts.
A lot of quail in the yard this
Oh, I
morning.
couldn't believe it. And doves too.
Yep,
Wow.
doves, hummingbirds.
Yeah, and 2 hummingbirds. Only 2 hummingbirds.
Yeah, they don't share.
No, they run everybody off, don't they?
It's pretty remarkable. They're such little birds, but they're so territorial.
Yeah, they are very territorial.
We've even seen one try to spear a hornet once, right? Or was it a
Yeah,
bee?
no. You know what? It's funny you said that. Yeah, we did. We saw that it was in a spearing fight, right? But I saw somebody put a slow motion video on YouTube, a hummingbird versus the wasp,
Oh my
and
goodness.
it was the same thing. You know, it was kind of a hummingbird and a wasp going
They're
at it.
they're like, leave our food
Yeah.
alone, right?
Well, the hummingbird is so territorial. He's like, "Hey, wasp, get out of my sugar water!"
Exactly.
Right, Meg?
So it's
Meg,
kind of
that's
fun.
the same bush you smelled yesterday.
It was kind of fun watching the quail this morning. I can't tell if the pullets are male or female yet, but
No, they're too young.
they're too young.
Yeah, they're
But-
too young.
But they're kind of awkward flyers because they landed in the trees a couple times, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
and I know it's funny when they land, they kind of like flop.
I was trying to figure out what they were doing, and I don't think they were trying to eat the fruit. I think they just don't fly very well yet.
Right? No, they don't. They're no, Meg, I'm not letting you go that way today. Okay?
I have heard that like one of the neighbors had mums or something growing, and they ate all the flowers off of them. So
Oh no.
they can be pretty cantankerous, but
Yeah, look at the little hummingbird. See him in the tree. You give people a shot of him. Hi there. Hello. There he is. Hi. Hello. Yeah, what a pretty boy. What a pretty boy. Poor girl.
sorry, I'm not very good at zooming in on small things.
Nuggets. Wine in the go.
She says, let's go. I'm
She
bored.
I'm bored.
We finished our doll dress last night. Turned out super cute. Want to make one more of those for the charity that we're supporting.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that'll help raise a little bit of money, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think you can buy doll dresses like that with the cancer
No.
ribbon on them.
Aren't
so.
you donating that
Yeah,
to the
to-
Bowl for the Cure?
Bowl for the Cure,
Oh,
yeah.
so, yeah, that cancer. Yeah.
Yep.
That is so awesome.
And it's not Susan G. Komen. It's actually a local group that supports cancer patients and families,
You
which
know,
is that's what we want to support.
What's funny is I already know the little girl who's going to really want that.
We'll probably make her one at Christmas anyway. So
Yeah, I know.
yeah. Although she has so many doll dresses, I can't
Yeah,
begin to
she's-
make enough. I mean, she has so many dolls. Her mom said she's a little embarrassed by how many dolls she has, but
Wow. She collects them. You know what? I hope she holds on to some of them.
they might be valuable later in life, right?
Because I know my sisters had some dolls, you know, back in the 50s that would really be worth some money today if she still hadn't had them. Yeah. I remember.
Those things are already expensive anyway. The American Girl
yeah.
dolls are at least $100, $150. Those
Yeah.
things aren't cheap.
But I mean the original dolls, like if my grandmother
With the
had some of
China
those
porcelain
yeah,
heads, yep.
real porcelain, and some of those dolls are worth thousands. It's just crazy. Crazy antiques.
Yep.
All right, Meg.
Morning, Ron. How you doing today?
Hey, Ron. How are you? Come here, baby. Look at you.
Anyway, it was nice to start our morning out in the backyard, just relaxing, having a cup of coffee, watching the birds.
Yeah, and now we're doing a walk.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like the shorts. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it.
Ask Ron if he started cleaning yet.
Oh, my husband wants to know if you started cleaning yet. I think that's because that's one of his least favorite things to do.
Yeah, that's my least favorite thing to do. I'd rather do anything.
He's pretty good at doing floors, though. Don't let him fool you.
Yeah, no, but I would rather do that than clean.
That's his job. He's also in charge of catching rats and taking the trash out.
Speaking of floors, I think today I might have to get the vacuum cleaner.
Because Meg has been shedding. I can't believe it.
And I got to start in our bedroom.
Thank you. I appreciate that you do
she's
that.
I might even wash it today. All right, Meg.
She
Look at
has
the
been
Meg.
shedding like crazy.
She is. She's the
She
monster.
seems to shed like 3 times a year,
She does.
but this is the worst one.
Uh-oh, she's peeing. Did you go pee-pee, huh?
She
What a
found
good
the
girl.
spot.
She found one spot.
One spot.
Now she's got to find the...
He says he's doing a little bit today. He hates it, lots of luck. There's so much more fun things to do, right?
Right. I'd rather go fishing.
He's-
Hey, Ron, I was looking last night on YouTube. I was looking at some of those cabins for sale up there with land. Can't believe how reasonably cheap. Man. Yeah, I saw a cabin, like it looked pretty nice too, for like $80,000 or $90,000 with like 5 acres.
That's amazing. You used to be able to buy
Yeah.
cabins for that price in Alaska.
Yeah, now you got to go to Maine to get them, I guess, huh?
The cabin that I had originally was $70,000, and that included a
well?
water system. No, not a
Oh,
well.
water system.
A water holding tank, and it had a bathroom with a composting toilet. Now
Mm.
those cabins are going for $120,000.
Oh wow! So
Yeah,
doubled
they almost doubled.
Yeah. Well, who knows now? You haven't been there in 5 years, maybe 6 years.
Well, I saw one.
Oh,
one.
okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Although they haven't really gone up since I was there, because I think that's what I sold mine for when I sold it.
Oh,
I made pretty good money on that cabin.
wow.
Anyway,
Yeah. Anyway,
I
if
would
we-
say that 80,000 is a pretty darn good deal. Of course, we don't know what all. Whoops. Ho ho ho! Bumblebee is checking. He likes your yellow apparently. Wow.
See that? Zzz, that was a big bee.
Those
Sounded like a
cabins. Those
hummingbird.
cabins might have outhouses
Yeah.
for 80,000.
I think if we buy a cabin, like if I were, it'd be up in Maine.
You can go fishing, right?
Yeah. I want to be like, a little closer to the coast where I can
We
go
miss fishing.
Yeah, we saw a friend of mine. He lives in Maine. He was on a boat yesterday. He sent us a video. He was out fishing on a boat.
Ron says it's beautiful up here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah. We saw our friend fishing on a boat.
We might think about that, Ron. We're getting bored in the desert here.
Well, we're not really. I'm not bored, but
Well, we're not bored. We're
but it
just,
might be nice to try something different, right?
Yeah.
We haven't really figured out how to fish here, which is crazy because we fished in Alaska.
Yeah.
It's almost like those fish that they're raising in the hatcheries don't know how to eat bait.
Yeah, I think in Maine out there you can catch the Atlantic salmon and halibut, I guess, and
But do you have to go?
Flounder.
You probably have to go in the ocean for that, though, right?
Well, yeah, you do. You go to the coast.
Oh, okay.
You tow your boat, you throw it in just like you do, in
Gotcha.
Alaska or California or
Gotcha.
Florida. Yeah.
And I guess the Atlantic is warmer than the Pacific. Is that true?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is, for sure. At least along the coast where you can see it. Oh,
Now we got some puppies out today.
yeah.
Meg is all excited.
Meg is all excited. She sees a little puppy. No.
Morning.
Hi. Everybody's out walking today.
Aw. Morning.
Hi. Come on, Meg. Come on. Come on. You just
Ron says he can't live in the desert.
No, tell him
It's hot. It definitely gets hot.
it thins your blood if you do.
Of course, if you go someplace cold after living in the desert, you're going to have to wear a lot of layers.
Yep.
Our daughter was, when I was in Alaska, our daughter was like, "Oh, Mom, I'm so hot. I hope you're not too hot, Mom." And I'm like, it was 74 in the evening, and I'm like, "Can I wear your sweatpants?"
Yeah.
Thankfully, she likes baggy sweatpants, and I'm not much bigger than her, so
Right, right.
she had me covered.
She did. She had you covered. All right, next the monster.
So Ron says he likes to live near the woods and be peaceful and relaxing.
There you go.
There you go. That's a great plan.
I like that.
Do you get any woodpeckers there, Ron?
Oh, I bet they do.
Twice when I had that cabin, I saw some beautiful woodpeckers. One was really, really red and one was really, really blue, like super bright
Electric.
red and blue electric. They're beautiful.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I have to say,
Pretty birds.
initially they scared me though, because they were going across the roof, the mama and all the babies, and I was like, what is that noise? They were drilling on the roof and dragging their claws, right? And oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. And Mara was looking at me, the cat was looking at me, the dog was looking at me, and we had windows all around the cabin, so I'm looking and I didn't see anything. Finally, I go out there and I look at the roof, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that's what made all that noise.
Wow.
But they were beautiful. So beautiful.
They are gorgeous. Gorgeous birds.
So he saw an all-white albino squirrel last year.
Oh.
That's fascinating. I've never seen one of those.
No, I never did either.
Just don't let it get in your rafters or your attic, or
Yeah.
those things are pretty destructive.
Or your flower pots.
Or your well room.
Right.
We had one trying to get in our well room in the house that we had. Oh my gosh,
Alaska.
that was something.
Yeah.
And they will destroy flower pots. You probably don't grow flowers though, so you're fine, right?
Oh, maybe she found the magic spot.
She did. I had a funny moment once with my daughter. We were renting before we bought this cabin, and the man had this ledge on this big beautiful picture window in a cabin we were renting, and he's like, yeah, if you put food out, the squirrels come. And I bought some flower pots and I had them hanging. Well, before I could get them hanging, I'd planted them. They were on the ground because I was still working on them. And I kept looking, and every day these flower baskets looked worse. And so I'm like, well, I better hang them up, because I thought maybe the man's cats were getting into them. Well, one morning I come out and my daughter's laughing hysterically. The squirrels have planted themselves in the middle of the baskets and had a big bite of the lining of the pot, and we're trying to rip it out. And they were just destroying the plants, jumping up and down, trying to get the lining out to make their nest, right?
That's what they were doing.
So after that, I never fed a squirrel again.
Yeah. They can be a nuisance. They're
They've
kinda
taken
cute
out
to
wiring
watch, though.
systems before, right? They've
Oh,
caused
God, yeah.
fires,
They chew wires.
but they're pretty to look at, I'm sure.
They're fun. When I was a young boy, we used to hunt 'em. All right, Meg. Let's go.
Nice day, just enough breeze to cool you
Yeah.
off a little bit, but not
Actually,
too,
pretty cool.
breezy,
It
right?
kind of feels like fall, don't it? I mean, it's coming.
It
Fall
feels
for
it
here.
feels like summer.
No, that's cool. Very cool. Here, let me get the temperature, and then we can tell Ron.
That's one thing I noticed when we first moved here, is it's like we got here at the end of August, and it was like it was still summer, and I was like, wow, I can't believe I'm in such a good mood all the time.
It's 90
And it was
degrees.
it's 90, and it was because you have so much more light here. Where we're from in the wintertime, it gets so dark and so cold, and the light is just so enjoyable.
Alaska's like that. Alaska
A lot of
gets
people get depressed there between the cold and the dark.
24 hours a day of night coming up too. Is it like that in Maine?
Yeah, do you guys have like a lot of darkness in the winter there? So let's see, he heard a wolf howl last year near
Oh, wow.
Aroostook River.
The
Wolves have been
Aroostook,
extinct here for over 100 years now. Wow, that's amazing. And a couple did capture it on their trail cam. Well, that's awesome. We have coyotes here. We had wolves and coyotes in Alaska. Thankfully,
And
they
bears.
stayed pretty much out of, we had all kinds of things in Alaska, but
and porcupines,
porcupines.
bear, you name it. Otters. name it.
One time there was a flying squirrel that got in the house. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, right. Remember that?
It
I
took,
remember.
my husband was out bowling on the tour, and one of his nephews, AJ, was staying with us, and it took AJ, Amara, the dog, the cat, and me to get that dang squirrel out of the house. And I'm pretty sure the cat caught and released it in the house.
Right.
And first I'm like, well, everybody go in the bedroom, put the animals in the bedroom so it won't be scared and maybe it'll leave. Well, no, it decided to go further into the house. So that was a bad mistake, but we got it out. We didn't hurt it, by the way.
Yeah,
It was quite intriguing to look at. And we had big beams in that house, so it was, big curtain rods on the windows, on these huge windows.
he was just
It was like going from the kitchen beams to the window rods, and oh my gosh, that was crazy. I was so glad when that was out of the house.
We used to see them when I was a kid in the wild.
So Ron says that they have coyotes also. Okay.
Oh, wow. I don't think wolves like coyotes.
And the interesting thing about that flying squirrel is I don't know that those are native in Alaska. I wonder if that could have been somebody's pet
Yeah, it's possible.
that got loose.
I'll bet.
I don't know. We might have to research that
Yeah.
because that's the only time I've ever seen a flying squirrel
It's in your house.
in my house. Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, it's a gorgeous day here. I hope everybody has a blessed day.
Yeah,
Appreciate
hey,
you
Ron.
joining us for our walk.
We'll see you later, Ron. Enjoy the cool. Bye.
Have a blessed day. Thanks for watching.